Now, modern art is meant to fuel creativity, ignite inspiration and provoke thought and discussion. But a number of exhibitions showing artwork intended to outrage have ignited a wave of protests instead. Our correspondent Repортаж has the story.
A small but intensely passionate protest in Russia's southern city of Krasnodar. The crowd blocks the entrance to stop the opening of a modern art exhibition. It's called Icons, and on display are works by contemporary artists. Made of plastic, The Last Supper is depicted as a tense business meeting, while a metal exhibit called Trinity has also brought a hostile reaction. It's a clash between old and new.
The icons.
The display is an attempt to make sense of how traditional icon painting has transformed in the modern world. That invokes natural resentment among people who think conservatively.
The exhibition curator, who was welcomed at the opening by being spat in the face, claims the problem is people's ignorance.
A contemporary artist's language is often obscure. But what differentiates an unsophisticated person from a peasant? If the former doesn't understand, he wants to try and learn, while an ignoramus simply denounces everything.
However, it isn't so much the show itself as the personality of its curator that ignites protests across Russia at most exhibitions he's involved in. Marat Guelman's name has been synonymous with scandal for years.
This is the man who tries to sell us graffiti in public toilets as art.
Guelman's previous exhibitions that included Kissing Policemen, a crucified Jesus Christ with a head replaced by the Order of Lenin, and a photo of an Orthodox icon being smashed with an axe have caused widespread outrage in Russia.
I have a degree in art, and what he calls art is nothing of the sort. It's an abomination and evil.
Guelman's plan to bring a cultural revolution to the central Russian city of Perm by carrying out a total makeover shocked most locals, more used to traditional forms of art. Little headless red men dotted around the city and other innovations didn't go down well. Nor did the annual price tag of 90 million rubles, or around $3 million, of public money. Guelman now wants to spread what he sees as contemporary art into other provinces, but faces furious resistance.
We're not against a center for contemporary art in our region, but we don't need Guelman here for that. If you put a prostitute as a headmaster of a boarding school for young girls, be sure, within 2 years, they would all become whores.
No matter the amount of protests and controversy, in the end, all of Marat Guelman's exhibitions do open and attract curious people. What's interesting, though, is that Guelman is not alone in promoting contemporary art in Russia, but no other exhibitions have ever provoked such an emotive public response. In all the 6 years Nina worked at the Moscow Museum of Modern Art, there wasn't a single scandal within its walls, despite many provocative exhibits.
Artists breaking boundaries can certainly provoke ambiguous reactions. It can be to the benefit of modern art, but also to its detriment.
However, change is in the air. Even the most conservative members of the church have learned by now what performance art is. Father Alexei was the one who spat at Marat Guelman at the opening of the show in Krasnodar.
I came forward as a contemporary artist, maybe amateurish, but still an artist. Experts in the field say my act of spitting fully falls under the definition of performance art.
Repортаж, RT.